What's going on, guys? Welcome back to This Is The Way, episode 14. We're going on with season 2 here. There's only 2 episodes left in season 2 after this. My name is Kyle, your host. We got the Mandalorian helmet. This guy, Boba Fett, the return of Boba Fett, dude. That was awesome. And we got Grogu, but he's Baby Yoda. They say Grogu like 10 times in the first 2 minutes. I'm not going to do Grogu, okay? I'm going to do Baby Yoda. It's always Baby Yoda. Till I die. And we have This Is The Way t-shirt with Mando. So, welcome to the show. We're doing the Mandalorian review. So for this one, we did have some awesome moments. But this one I think was a little bit slower. Not too much happened here. So just kind of a quick recap. We got Mando and Baby Yoda, as we always do in the beginning. He gives him a little ball. He unscrews a little ball, gives it to Baby Yoda. There's actually like a cute scene in the beginning where he's like, okay, Grogu, take it. And he's like trying to get Baby Yoda to like force get the ball, and he doesn't do it this time. He's like, I'm not mad at you. He's like, I'm just mad at the situation. So that was cute. Any of the Mando, Baby Yoda moments are always cute. But they show up, like immediately gets to this planet, and he's like, oh, this must be the Seeing Stone. This I thought was weird because it was just like, it wasn't like a temple, it was just like, I know it's an ancient temple, but it's just like an opening, and then there's like one center stone, and he's like, well, I guess this is the stone, so he's like, just sit on there. He's like, this is the Seeing Stone, so he's like, do you see something, or do they see you? That part was kind of funny, but like, a lot of the dialogue I think fell short in this episode. So Yoda's sitting there, and then like nothing happens, and then he just like explodes with power, which is cool, but he's like meditating pretty much the whole episode. We don't know what he's doing, but like Mando, Boba Fett's ship comes down, which is super cool to see that ship in action. And so Mando looks over and he's like, oh, we gotta go. So he's trying to get Yoda. But there's like a couple of kind of lame scenes because he kept trying to get Baby Yoda, even though he kept shooting him back with the Force. Like, it was very obvious that Baby Yoda was not to be disturbed when this was happening. And whether Baby Yoda was pushing him back, or whether like he just wasn't strong enough to get through, Mando kept going after him. And I'm like, dude, just leave it be. He's safe there. No one's getting through that Force shield. So the whole episode, Baby Yoda's sitting there, he's meditating, he's doing his thing. Okay, maybe he's doing some yoga in his mind, who knows? But we don't know what's happening, but he's tapping into the Force. And then Mando goes against Boba Fett, who's got like a mace, and then we find out it's that girl, the bounty hunter from season 1, Fisker, I think her name is, or something. But she, like, who we thought was dead, when that Bobby Cannavale's son, like left her for dead. She's not dead, she's alive. She was saved by Boba Fett. She like takes off her belly plate or whatever, and like Boba Fett saved her. She's like part machine or something, I don't know. But Boba Fett and her are going around. Boba Fett, we got a glimpse of him earlier in the season. Like, he's cool. He's wearing almost like Jedi robes, which is cool. But he's like very alive. But Boba Fett without his armor, very, very less intimidating. Still a cool dude, but I was like, most of this episode, I was like, yeah, I don't really care about Boba Fett outside the armor. Like, Boba Fett in the armor, like this, badass. Amazing reveal. Boba Fett without the armor, just another dude. But you know, we built up to that. So, you know, they've got a sniper on Baby Yoda's head. He's like, hey, you need to put the jetpack down, which I think is Boba Fett's jetpack, because there's not two. I thought they had 2 jetpacks, but I think that's maybe just the one for Boba. I'm not sure. But Boba's like, hey, I need that armor. And he's like, you're not going to get this armor. He's like, no, not that armor. He's like, I need my armor. He's like, I came from my armor, dude. He's like, I got out of the Sarlacc pit. I don't know how. Maybe it was the same pit that the dragon ate. Who knows? That would be really cool. That probably is the same pit. I don't know. But Boba is here. He's here for his armor, and they're like about to fight. And then a bunch of stormtroopers go down. The Empire's after. They know where Baby Yoda is somehow. But Moff Gideon is after. He's coming for that ass. So he drops down. There's a whole bunch of stormtroopers. Stormtrooper outfit just as cool now as it was back then, in New Hope. So super, super cool design. Whoever came up with stormtrooper design, chef's kiss, dude. So good. But they come down. They're like infamously bad at shooting, so they can't hit anything. There's like they get on like a 50 cal basically, or like a Gallic gun. I don't know what the name for it is. And they're like shooting. Yep, stormtroopers are not going to be able to hit you no matter what gun you're using. So that was kind of funny. But they're like pinned down, and Fiskar or whatever her name is, and Mando are like fighting. And it's cool because he like takes a couple hits to the steel, but he's good because it's Beskar steel and it's not gonna hurt. They're shooting their way out, but there's too many guys. And then boom, we get this reveal with Boba Fett, dude. What a fucking reveal. This was such a hype moment where I was like meh on this episode, and then I was like, let's go. Boba Fett shows up, he's got his armor, he's got his jetpack, and he just wrecks people. Like, he like shoots some dude sideways, he takes everyone out, he's got like a detonator or a grenade. He's got like a boot, like a kneecap missile. Boba Fett never did that in the original trilogy. This is awesome. So cool to see Boba Fett like in his, I don't want to say prime, but like back in action. He doesn't have like the legs, like you can't see it here, but he's wearing like just like the normal like legs or the robes, which is cool. Kind of like similar to what's that guy when they fought in the opener when they fought the dragon, where he had Boba's armor but it didn't quite look right. This one, I mean, this looks as close as you can to like vintage awesome Boba Fett. This looks sick. But we never saw Boba Fett without his armor, so we don't know if he was like a big dude, which he kind of is in this series. We don't know if he's like a small dude. But he doesn't have the legs in here, but I thought it was really cool because it's like the Mandalorian's take on Boba Fett. So Boba's wrecking shop, he saves them basically. But like just when Baby Yoda finishes, he goes to like take a little snooze because he's so tired. Whatever he did, he tapped into the Force, he's done. There's like an awesome shot where like the Empire, Moff Gideon's in like a Imperial cruiser, and there's like one shot, and it just blows up Mando's ship, which is huge, dude. His ship is gone. Like, he is stuck on that planet now. We get an awesome sequence of Boba in his amazing ship. I don't know the name of it, sorry, but he goes up, and it's so cool how it like flies sideways and then lands this way. But he goes up and he's like, oh, the Empire's back. And that was a sick line too. He's like, the Empire's back, like there's an Imperial cruiser right there. And so they take Baby Yoda. There's like, Moff Gideon is like, hey, have you released the black troopers or the elite troopers or something? And she's like, not yet. And he's like, we should do it. And so there's like these awesome like black stormtroopers, like robot type of dudes, and they come down. There's like 4 of them. They just like scoop up Baby Yoda. I would have liked Baby Yoda to put like a little bit more resistance on there, or Mando to give up a fight, but he can't get there in time. They take Baby Yoda up. Mando gives him a little chase, but he's like, hey, the child is gone. Like, you know, we gotta go get him. So there's like a quick meeting. Mando is like, hey, you know, Boba shows him like the code in the armor or whatever. And he's like, this is my armor. I just want to let you know, like, this is mine. Like, this is my dad, Jango. So that's super cool. He said like Jango is a foundling, and like I thought foundling was like Baby Yoda's species, but now I don't know what foundling means. But that's all really cool. And they're like, oh, you know, our deal is done. And Boba Fett's like, no. He's like, the deal is done when I give you the child safely back. He's like, the child is gone. So he's like, I am in your debt, or we are in your debt until we get the child back. And I was like, good for you, Boba Fett. You know, not such a bad dude. You know, he was working for Vader in the original trilogy, but like, he was just, you know, working for that paycheck, that purse. So he's doing a good thing here. So yeah, they gotta get Baby Yoda back. We knew this would happen. There's like a really awesome scene at the end where Baby Yoda's just like wrecking these stormtroopers, where he's literally just like toying with them. And then Moff Gideon comes in and he's like, well, that makes you kind of sleepy, doesn't it? And he's like, put the shackles on him, and he's like, tell them we have a donor. They put like little baby shackles on Baby Yoda, and it's like, is this gonna lead to Snoke? Is this like, are you giving force powers to Snoke? I don't know. Is this how the First Order happened? Super cool. I love this bridge gap time between like end of Return of the Jedi and where Force Awakens happened. So I love that we have that unexplored space, no pun intended, for them to explore. So yeah, it's going to be a rescue mission. We got 2 more episodes. I'm sure Mando's going to go after him, and then probably with Boba Fett. So we're going to get to see Boba and Mando in action, which will probably be cool. There's probably going to be like an awesome side back-to-back like shot there. So all really cool stuff. So as I mentioned before, for the first like half of this episode, first like 15-20 minutes, I was like meh on this episode. And then from this moment when Boba shows up, dude, that was like, it was like hype after hype moment. The Empire's back. That's an awesome line. Just super cool seeing like the cruiser like light speed away. Well, we obviously know Mando and Boba are going to go after him. But yeah, I thought this was like one of the weaker episodes until that hype. The last like 15 minutes are just like hype moments. And this one is kind of hard to score because not much happens. I don't want to say not much happens. I mean, we get Boba gets his armor back. But it's like very basic. Like there's a fight in a field, and the Boba stuff is awesome. But like the Empire gets Baby Yoda. There are big story moments in this one, but like in terms of like scale, I feel like it was smaller. Where it seemed a little too convenient. Where like Mando was immediately there, like immediately at the planet. Oh, and there's no resistance. He didn't have to like climb this mountain or climb over these things. It's like, oh yeah, here's the rock. I just happened to find this rock, and it was the right rock. And it's like, and Moff Gideon knew exactly, blew up Mando's ship, which is huge. But like, oh yeah, he just sent down like the elite troopers. I would have thought that like Mando and Boba would team up and like try and fight them off. Nope, they just took Baby Yoda. So like a little too much convenience in here. For this one, I'm gonna give it an 8.7. I wanted to give it higher, but because of those inconveniences, I think it's just it lacks the polish a little bit in some of the way that the other episodes of the season have, with like the dragon and the ice spiders, and all of those felt so high budget and so more advanced than season one. This one feels like it was a little low budget, despite the huge moments that happened in it. So this one, I think they got away with like, oh, we got the big names in this one. We got Boba Fett, we got Moff Gideon, we got Baby Yoda who's taken away. We're going to mention Empire. Boba actually has an awesome line where he says, like, my father before me. And I was like, is Boba Fett a secret Jedi? And I was like, no, he's not. But we think. But that was a cool line. But yeah, I think that's a fair score. I again, I wanted to put it higher, but I think there's just a few errors in this. I don't even want to say errors, just like two convenient plot points I couldn't really overlook. So it kind of took me out of the immersion there. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's another episode of This Is the Way. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for joining Boba Fett. Thank you for joining Mando. Thank you for joining Grogu, Baby Yoda. He may be on my shoulder here, but we gotta go save him, dude. So we assume over the last two episodes, either next episode or most likely the season 2 finale, there's gonna be a big battle, and something big's gonna happen. Mando's probably gonna get Baby Yoda back, but maybe Baby Yoda uses like dark side powers or goes against Mando. I don't know. We'll see, but should be exciting. Season 2 has been a blast so far. I'm looking forward to the last 2 episodes, and then the inevitable really long wait before season 3. But this show is really like getting very good, and I'm really glad that they started it, because I wasn't sure season 1 Mandalorian, like if the show is going to have staying power, or like if Disney made a mistake like they did a little bit with the sequel trilogy. But Mandalorian has been excellent and really great, and kind of like makes the other parts of Star Wars even better too, and kind of bridges the gap similar to like a Rogue One did with New Hope. So thank you guys for joining me. I've been Kyle, and until next time, guys, this is the way.